Hello and welcome back to Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD. In this episode we're going to explore pretty much the last dungeon of the game here in Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, and it is the Wind Temple. With us we have ourselves a comrade that we just love so much, Makar. Now we have this introduction done for him. We can go ahead and proceed. This dungeon is the same concept as the last one, the Earth Temple, where we took control of Medley, except in this one we're going to be using our leafy flying friend Makar that we found on the Forest Haven. Apparently he's a sage of some sort, no big deal. So what we're going to do is take control of him while he's already mid-flight, and we're going to avoid the Wizrobe slash Toucan Sam. I swear this guy looks like Toucan Sam. Everybody tells me I'm wrong, but I'm going to call him Toucan Sam throughout the entire video, so you better get used to it, even if I am wrong. Anyways, Makar's ability is that he can plant trees, not full-grown trees, just these like little tree stubbles that pretend to have a little base on them. And he can also fly, just like Melly, except he kind of has more of a upward thrust to his flying compared to a downward one. So we're going to avoid all of these monsters that are coming after us, so we can press this button that we land on perfectly. But before we proceed onward, I'm just going to leave him there. I guess he's good to go. And we're going to go down, grab this chest. It's not a necessary chest to get, but it does have a nice orange rupee worth 100. My face is not beaming. That is a flat-out fragrant lie. I'm gonna try and skip killing this Wizrobe, but he might make me. Oh, that one did knock me off, so it's gonna fly up. I'm just trying to speed run this. In this video, we're going to complete, I guess, I don't want to say half of the dungeon. First half, where you get before you get the item, kind of seems really short. So it's not really half. We're gonna skip opening that up because we're not gonna use that anyway, so there's no point. So we're gonna go ahead, pick up our buddy here, and proceed onward. Now this dungeon, it's not a bad dungeon by any means, but as I said in the last video, it is one of my least favorite dungeons, maybe in the whole Zelda series. The design I just feel is really boring and cheap, and you might not agree with me, but I don't really feel like it has a good identity to it. It's called the Wind Temple, but there's not really a whole lot of wind. We are using the deck leaf a few times. We do fly a couple of times, but no more than any other one. If anything, I mean, I sort of feel like Medley's temple was more of a wind temple than this, and she was technically the earth temple. This feels more earthy to me. So her temple should have been like the light temple, because all it was shining light everywhere. You got kind of some weird naming conventions going on. I think people at Nintendo were drunk when they did this. So, oh well. Anyways, plant some trees to open the door. It makes sense. We're gonna pick up this little sproutling and proceed onward. Now this room is kind of like a big, I guess the store is a big point in this dungeon, so we're gonna go ahead and take control of Makar. Just fly him upwards. He's gonna get like leaf napped or kidnapped. I don't really know if he's a kid or not. I don't know if he's considered full grown. I don't know what these guys look like when they're grown up. I guess technically the Kokorai did not age, but I don't know if that applies to Koroks. So maybe this is how they always are. Just oh, actually I still need control of him. So I'm gonna get him back, and plant the seed, and that will trigger the event that I was trying to get there. So alright, drop it in, instant growth. Makar has Viagra for trees. So that will open up the doors, but unfortunately these floor masters are just gonna take him away. It takes 4 of them. He does get captured, and they just disappear into the dungeon somewhere. And now this is the real kicker of the room. This room is the most convoluted, irritating room I think maybe in the dungeon or in the entire game. Definitely for the dungeon. It's just a whole lot of multi-levels of different, like these multi-floors with rooms and different paths that you need to go to. And again, it's not really all that hard, but it is just kind of convoluted, and there's just irritating. So what we're gonna do is we're trying to find ourselves a key. We need a small key so we can get into the mini boss chamber. So we're gonna take these guys out and take this one out too. These key hats, and proceed down. Jump. Now this is where I guess the floor masters went after they kidnapped our buddy. So we're gonna just try and take them out. Don't let them grab you too. Unfortunately, they would not move you where to hit them. They just did it elsewhere. So they're not very helpful floor masters at that. And we're gonna go kill this last one again. I absolutely love their designs. I love the black orb that they're coming from. Or the black shadow spectral on the ground that they come from, and then their design is just so creative. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead, proceed this way. Skip those arrows he dropped, you don't need them. And if you want to, you can grab this chest. It's just a joy pendant, kind of hidden there in a divot in the wall. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take that. I find it really interesting that there's all these pendants. I understand a knight's crest, but where do these joy pendants come from? It's not exactly an item that your normal common monster would have laying around. I understand skull necklaces because moblins like to kill things and take their skulls, and they're brutal and nasty, so that makes sense. Knight's crest, they're knights, so that makes sense. Choo-choo blobs, yeah, that makes sense. Joy pendants, that makes no sense. So we're gonna deal with this Toucan Sam. Just try and snipe him down with our arrow. It's the best way to get rid of him. If he happens to teleport right by you, then even better. Otherwise, 2 shots of your arrow and that'll take care of it. By this point in the game, you should probably have an upgraded arrow. Or not arrow, well, I probably should have that too. But an upgraded magic meter. I don't. I know how to get them, I just haven't done them because I want to do a separate video for all those upgrades. So definitely make sure that you stockpile on everything, on all the magic meters that you come across, or you will run out and fall and just kind of be screwed. So I'm gonna get that. Don't really need it, but I'm just kind of sort of trying to be a completionist when it comes to the dungeons, at least, since I'm not in other regards. I was, but then I decided there was no point. Because it is just a let's play, not a walkthrough. So when I do my actual walkthrough, at some point in my life, maybe I'll do 100%. Anyways, what we need to do is climb all the way back up, and we're going to work our way to a different part of the room now that we have the dungeon map. And then we'll be good to go. So we're just gonna fly in these funnels all over again. Again, and I always address this, like, times I had problems as a kid. For some reason, this room I just could not do as a kid. It's like I was just dumb or something. It's not hard. All you do is float and put your decky leaf out and just go straight where you need to go. But I just was always missing the platforms, and I don't even understand why. It bewilders me. So I don't know. Oh, barely made that. Maybe that's why, because I have no sense of depth perception. Alright, so we got one more Toucan Sam and a couple of pea hats. I'm gonna try and take these guys out. Otherwise, I really I'm trying to target the pea or the Toucan Sam and targeted this guy who snuck up behind me. If you don't take them out, then they will, of course, just kind of like try and knock you down as you're floating, and you to restart. That would be no fun. This guy here, trying to decide if I should kill him or not. I'm just gonna leave him. Should be fine. Okay, so yeah. Now we are here. Just gonna try and stock up on my magic. See if there's any hiding in this bush. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Now I'm at full magic. I'm gonna head in here, and this is going to help us immensely. Step on that, and now we have, see, even more levels that we can explore and platforms to get up on. So let's gonna jump down and kill ourselves and commit suicide. Okay, so we need a key to get there. We need a Makar to get there. So what we need to do is go here. It's the only option available. So let's grab this heart, and we're going to proceed in here for a trap. Just a trap. So this room has a bunch of spiked floors. There's like kind of protruding up and down and up and down. And then it has all these dead armos. There's nothing in them. They're just kind of there to be in your way, honestly. I'm just going to leave them where they are, but what we need to do is pull two of these blocks. One of them is just a normal Zelda themed block. The other one has one of those spring little things on top that we can just kind of fly off of. We're going to push these into place, and that will give us the ability to go to the next level and up behind everything that we were just blocked in by. So that's really sweet that they had that there. It's perfectly placed for us. So I'm eating pizza at the moment, so if it sounds like I'm eating pizza, that's why. As you hear, my roommate's dog. It wasn't my puppy, so I did just get one. It was my roommate's dog. He's louder than my brand new 2-month-old puppy. Kind of bad. Alright, so this puts us up here with a chest, and it's really cool that once you open a chest, these traps all of a sudden like, nah, I'm done. No longer need to protrude, and we can now proceed onward and into the room that we just saw a minute ago, across the hall, where we will have ourselves a mini boss fight. As my roommate dog just keeps barking at absolutely nothing. That's Santiago, everybody. Like this video if you like the name Santiago for a boy dog. Anyways, this mini boss is against a King Toucan Sam and another Toucan Sam. So the whole premise behind it is that the King Toucan Sam will keep on spawning monsters until you don't defeat them. So you have the interference of monsters such as this Iron Knuckle on these keys, later mobbing, etc. While the Toucan Sam is just teleporting around the room, avoiding your attacks. So it's just kind of, it's not a hard boss fight at all. There's tons of health and items and stuff that will be dropped. It's a great way to actually collect some items if you just feel like letting them spawn a bunch of stuff over and over again. So that's up to your discretion. But I'm going to just try and work this guy hopefully as quickly as possible as he spawns a bunch of pea hats. Some of my least favorite enemies in the game. I don't know why, I just don't like them. Trying to find this guy. Now we got a Moblin, and yeah, again, as you see, I'm focusing a lot on these enemies. I'm gonna try and take this guy out. He's gonna run, so I don't want to target. It's really hard because it always has to target the wrong monster instead of the King Toucan Sam. So I'm gonna try and get to this smaller one here. He's flying around, distracting me from the real one. There we go. Come on. Just get rid of him for good. Alright, now we can focus on the main one. This Iron Knuckle is sort of slow, so we should be able to just keep him alive and avoid his attacks while focusing in on Toucan. Here we go. And he does spawn on the floor a ton, which makes it really easy to do some damage to him, which is fantastic. So just run around, avoid that guy, and here we go. Should be dead here soon. He takes a little bit more than your regular Toucan Sam, but not quite as much as an Iron Knuckle damage wise. Alright, so that'll defeat him. I do need to defeat this other guy before the boss fight ends, just to clear the room of all monsters. Yeah, these guys are really simple. Just parry and take them out. So, here we go. Defeating all the monsters in this room will reward Link with the item of the Wind Temple, which is coming up here in this spiked cool chest. Wrong side of the chest. Here we go. We get on the Hookshot. Now, Hookshot is essentially the grappling hook, except instead of swinging, you usually get pulled to something. Unlike Twilight Princess, you do not get double hook shots or claw shots, you just get one. Hook shots and claw shots are again essentially the same item. There really is no difference at all in those. But we're going to open this switch to get out of the room and exit, and that's going to conclude this episode of Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave me some feedback. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. Thanks.